Hi everyone, and welcome to a new Genshin stream. I'm going to be playing on a new account for free-to-play, just to demonstrate some of the tips and tricks that new players should know for when they're starting out, so that they can get better at the game and have a lot more fun. I'm going to be playing a new account in the Europe region, so let's get started and have some fun.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world? But when you wanted to leave and go on to the next world, your path was blocked by some unknown god?
Outlanders, your journey ends here. Who are you? The sustainer of heavenly principles. The arrogation of mankind ends now.
Alright, so our first selection, we gotta pick a twin between Lumine and Aether. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Aether. For my name, how about like F2P God? Why not? It doesn't really matter which twin, so pick the one that you like the most.
Wait! Don't go! Give my sister back!
And that's the game. Just kidding.
And just like that, the god took away my sister. Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So while we used to travel from world to world, we are now trapped here. How many years ago was it? I don't know. But I intend to find out. When I woke, I was all alone, until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guide. We should head off. Let's get going.
Alright, opening cutscene is done. Gets the story going. Real quick, I want to change to controller layout because I like playing this with a controller. You start out with a really low stamina bar, but you eventually can get more stamina, and it should be one of your big priorities when you're starting the game out, is to do the tasks and get the items it takes to get a bigger stamina bar. That'll really change the way you play the game. Alright, we're unlocking this teleport waypoint. You saw me fight that slime. You have 2 different kinds of attacks. You have normal attack, or sorry, 3 actually. You have normal attacks, you have charged attacks, and you have plunge attacks. Eventually we'll get our
Guess we'll just have to climb.
elemental skill and elemental
Climbing
burst.
depletes stamina, and depleted stamina takes time to recover.
Yes, it sure does.
Okay, let's take the route we planned. We're off to a statue of the seven.
It's easy to get sidetracked
Which of
by
the 7 are
shiny
you
things.
looking for
Most of the
exactly?
time. That's fine.
Oh, wow!
Just make sure you get back on target every once in a while. Hi, Creola. Oh, I just saw the chat now, sorry. Okay, thank you. Let me fix the audio.
That's a statue of the 7!
Well, the mic is kind of as loud as it can go at the moment.
There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the 7 among the 7 gods. This god controls the wind. I'm
Yes,
not
this is a
sure
new
whether the
account.
god you're looking for is the animal god, but
Free to play, so I can help
I'll
some
take you to
new
the
players
animal
if they
god's
ever
place
watch
first, and
this.
there's a reason why. As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows.
Let me turn the volume down a little bit. That should help a bit.
Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So let's hop to it.
You can kill those things for meat, and then you can eventually cook the meat for health restoration.
You can swim right over.
You can swim, but you need to have stamina. If you run out of stamina while swimming, you will drown. And you'll get put back on shore. Okay, great. Thank you, Creola. And now we have the power of Animo. Here's our map. If you're just starting the game out, there is a lot of map. You have to keep in mind that this is like 4 years of content updates. So yes, it can seem intimidating, but that just means that there's a lot of content for you to get to enjoy and explore, and don't feel overwhelmed by that fact. You will get to it eventually, I promise. This is not a game you're gonna finish in a week,
Did you
so...
just feel the elements of the world? Seems all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of Animo. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you. Uh-huh. It's because you're not from this world to begin with. If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the city of freedom. Mondstadt is the city of wind because they worship the god of Animo.
Wait, is it the City of Freedom or the City of Wind? Make up your mind, Paimon.
So perhaps because
I guess I can
you
be
got
both,
power
right?
from the god of Animo, you can find some clues there. There are also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your sister. Let's move then. The elements in this world responded to your prayers, and Paimon thinks that's a lovely sign.
Okay, so it's going to teach you to use your elemental skill. We have the power of Animo, which will swirl with other elements. One of the biggest tips I could give for using the Traveler's opening elemental skill is that there's 2 versions of it. There's one version where you just tap the you tap the skill button, and there's another where you can hold the skill button. For the most part, I almost always recommend holding the skill button. If you just tap it, it's not going to make a big impact, although I think it does have a shorter cooldown. But for the most part, you'll always want to hold the skill down because you'll be doing more swirls, and more swirls means more damage. So I'll show the difference. Here's a tap. Well, that was enough for that easy guy, but... And now it wants you to hold to charge it. an elemental burst. Every character has a different elemental skill and elemental burst.
Oh, Paimon's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
Right away, you're going to get a lot of rewards. You can go ahead and claim all of these. There's no harm in it. I think we got some new wings. Some level up materials. Okay. I'm not going to level up anything yet because I don't see much of a point. You do get some minor XP from killing enemies. It's not a lot, but in the beginning of the game, it's sufficient enough. Now, at this point, you can kind of start exploring a bit if you want. You'll come over to this cliff and notice a treasure chest with a red ring around it. You have to defeat the enemies to be able to claim it. There's also some materials you can start collecting, these dandelion flowers. Oh, there's Dvalin.
Wow, what is that? There's something huge in the sky.
Now for these, it doesn't do a good job teaching you, but you have to use the power of Anemo to collect them. Not many things have this requirement, but these do. So you have to use the power of Anemo, and then you can collect them. Now for these guys, I want to lure them over to this fire so that I can swirl with the fire and do more damage. Because you gotta keep in mind that Anemo interacts with other elements. A lot of people who start playing this game, maybe they've played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom in the past, and in their head, it's a lot about doing physical damage. But in this game, you can start out that way, but a lot of the damage you're going to be doing comes from elements damage and how the elements interact with each other. So, for example, the fire with the Anemo damage. You can absolutely still, hit things and kill things like normal. But see how he has a fire torch? You can use that to your advantage to swirl. And we got another chest that way. This game does have some destructible elements. You can destroy these boxes. Oh, and look, there's a chest behind it. As you open chests and such, you will get additional artifacts and weapons. I do recommend keeping an eye on what you get so that you can try and put on better items, but a lot of people, if you know about this game, they mention like artifacts and builds and stuff for endgame. You don't need to worry about that in the beginning. I do recommend trying to keep an eye on your weapons and your artifacts and just making sure you have something on. But you don't need to worry about leveling artifacts or the right kind of build or anything like that. Now, I did put on 2 pieces of an artifact set that gives me an additional 1000 HP, so that's really handy. Something else you'll notice is that I lost a little bit of health. If you ever need to restore health... Oh, there's a chest real quick. If you ever need to restore your health and you don't have a character to do so at the moment, you can teleport to one of the statues of the 7 on your map, and it will heal you back up. Now there is a caveat. In the beginning, when you start this game out, it only heals you up to 50% of your HP. So if I was below 50%, it would heal me up to 50%. However, if you interact with the Statue of the Seven and do the statue's blessing, you can change it to auto recover up to 100%. This way you'll notice now I have full health. I really think that that should be a default setting, but it's not, so... You'll see it's starting to get sunset. This game does have a day and night mechanic. Not really much shifts between day and night. It doesn't really make an impact. So... You'll notice I just did that and I wasn't close to any other kind of element, so it did do damage, but not as much damage because it wasn't swirling with any other element. Anemo will swirl with water, called Hydro. It'll swirl with Electro, Pyro damage, and Cryo, ice damage. There's a couple other elements in the game called Dendro and Geo. And Anemo, Dendro, and Geo all do not react with each other.
Huh? Look at that!
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks. Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon.
Weirdo?
Yeah, Paimon gets why you're worried. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look. Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this. Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
Unfortunately, cutscenes are not skippable in this game. You can turn on auto to make it a little quicker, but you cannot skip any cutscenes.
Stop right there.
And here's Amber.
May the Anemo god protect you, stranger. I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
Well, we're not looking for trouble.
That's what all the troublemakers say. Doesn't sound like a local name to me. And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
Hey, that's even worse than being a mascot.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
Not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
That sounded so fake.
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook? Outrider Amber,
Alright, we
reporting
got
for duty.
a new
Just say the word
character.
if you ever need my help.
You didn't know you can't skip cutscenes? Yeah. It's weird, in their new games, you actually can skip cutscenes, so... Okay, so bow users are unique in that they, have an aiming mode. So you can aim at them.
So, suspicious travelers, what are you doing in Mondstadt?
He got separated from his sister during a really, really long journey.
Ah, see, we have a better blade now that has more base attack, so I will equip that.
Paimon is his travel buddy, helping him to find his sister.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh. Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
What exactly is it you need to finish? A hilichurl.
Quick, get it!
Right, where I can defeat the Tilly Churls. Now, Amber's elemental skill is called Baron Bunny. It throws out a little bunny that after a certain amount of time will explode on its own. I think you also can shoot it to trigger early. Oh, maybe that requires a constellation. One of the best parts about Baron Bunny is that it can taunt enemies to it. So I'm going to throw out Baron Bunny, and he's going to attack Baron Bunny, and not me.
Told you I'd win.
And when it explodes... Well, he was too far away from it.
These monsters have been getting too close to the city recently. My task this time is to clear out their camp.
Alright, we're going to start with Pro Sniper with the guy on top. Gonna go for the headshot. Boom, nailed it.
Get him.
I can also turn them, get Pyro on one of them, and then swirl
Windblade.
the Pyro.
Nothing to it. Though
Thanks,
I gotta
Criolla.
say, you
Thanks for
surprised
stopping
me a little
by.
with your
Have a good
moves there.
afternoon.
Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
Now that you mention it, how is it the hilichurls ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this.
Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed, and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Alright.
A reward on the road.
You'll notice my adventure rank went up to 4. As you play the game, you will gain adventure rank for lots of different activities. And certain aspects of the game unlock at certain adventure ranks. If you're starting this game out and you want to play with friends, I believe you have to get to adventure rank 16 in order to play with your friends. You will be on your own until then. Amber can also do a regular attack with her bow. You don't always have to charge attack. I feel like a lot of people feel like you always have to use a charge attack with her, but you don't. Since I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this. We'll be coming back here later.
What's that?
Right here, there's a little mini quest to learn how to cook. Let's learn how to cook from Lynn.
What should I... Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happen to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good.
I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon just loves picnics. My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
Oh, there's a cooking pot right there. Show me what you got. It's good to have someone to practice with. There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
Okay, she gave me some fowl and mushroom. So, cooking in this game is just a little mini game for manual cooking. You'll start manually cooking and try to get it within the orange section to make a delicious version of it.
Is it done? Let me try. Now that's really tasty. You're indeed gifted.
Paimon told you so.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
Okay, thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
So, food can be used to regain your health if needed. You can go to your inventory screen, and there is a food category, and you can use things to give yourself buffs, restore your health, things like that. And those can be useful if you are in mid-battle and don't want to teleport over to a statue of the Seven, which, remind you, will heal you up to full. At any time you can teleport, as long as you're not in battle. Well, even when you are in battle, you can teleport to a statue of the Seven to refill your health. There's also a lot of healer characters that you eventually get that will also help restore your health. So using food to heal is okay in the beginning, but don't let it become too much of a crutch, because it's better to use characters that can heal instead. Healer shield. Alright, here we are in Mondstadt.
officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom. Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Finally, no more having to camp outdoors. But the city folk don't look too cheery.
Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Jean, Defender of Mondstadt. With Jean on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us. Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, Traveler. It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilitril camp.
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Sticky honey roast!
Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Alright, this wants you to get high up in Mondstadt.
This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual crowds are nowhere to be seen. Except for the local tavern near the city wall over there. They haven't been affected. If anything, their business is better than ever.
Real quick detour, since I'm already up here. I'm going to go ahead and climb up that building if I can. And get that teleport point up here. It's a really useful one. Oh, well, maybe I can't. My stamina is still really low. Sometimes you just gotta find the right path. While I'm up here, I know that there's a couple of chests I can get.
A reward on the road.
I think I just got a better bow for Amber. I did get a recurve bow. I can't glide, and this game has fall damage, so I gotta be a little careful here or I'll die. Oh, why could I not plunge attack? That was weird. Yeah, I guess that is a helpful tip. There is fall damage in the game. But you can prevent that. Once you're close to the bottom, you can do a plunge attack. And that mitigates a huge chunk of fall damage. Here, I can demonstrate that better from up here. No damage taken because I did the plunge attack right at the last second.
So, the present I want to give you is a wind glider. Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl. It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions.
And now we can glide. Even though we don't have a license yet. Spoiler alert.
The sky.
How are you staying afloat like this with just a wind glider?
I'm preventing your fall with the power of 1,000 winds. Now, concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its energy.
Who said that?
This is a little mini game that really only appears here. Just do your best at trying to keep aim.
Are you hurt?
You've actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm?
Storm Terror is attacking Mondstadt itself! Kaya, Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two are travelers from afar.
From afar. Is that all we know of them?
Long story short...
I see. Welcome to Mondstadt. Though you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I understand the anguish of being separated from family. I'm not really sure why you're looking for the Animo God. Oh, but everyone has their secrets, right? Relax. I won't press you for more. First and foremost, on behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend our thanks to you for your help just now. Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens. The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.
Alright, we unlocked the dressing room. Now that we have a glider, they gave you a free fancy glider for free. So we can change it to that one, the Wings of Companionship. Looks pretty.
This seems to be the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Let's head in.
I recommend just sticking with the story for a while. You'll eventually get to the point where it's more open world, but
Jean, what's the hurry?
just give it some
I
time.
thought we agreed to meet them here.
There have been sightings of storm terror outside the city. Once we meet, we must...
Relax. I'll lend a hand when the time comes.
Jean, I've brought them. And once it was over, I brought them straight here.
Mondstadt welcomes you, Windborn travelers. I am Jean, acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. This is Lisa, our resident librarian.
Oh, are you sweeties here to help us out? You're both so adorable. Sadly, the timing is regrettable. Storm terror has caused quite a ruckus in the region since its recent resurgence. Simply put, Mondstadt's elemental sphere and ley lines are now akin to a yarn ball in the paws of a kitten. For a mage, it couldn't get much worse. My skin is one elemental particle away from a full-blown breakout.
If it weren't for this interference, the Knights of Favonius would have better ways to help you than just putting up missing person posters. We simply ask that you repose in Mondstadt while we help you seek out your sister.
Paimon will help too.
Good. In that case, we need a plan.
With Storm Terror now directly attacking Mondstadt, we may have an opportunity to cut this problem off at the source. Lisa has revealed the sources of Storm Terror's power with her detection magic.
Is that so?
They're located in the abandoned Four Winds temples. Storm Terror's ability to whip up these kinds of storms can be attributed to it drawing power from the temples.
Our objective is to deal with 3 of the 4 temples. I trust everyone understands why we are only dealing with 3.
Paimon doesn't.
Knights of Favonius, time is against us. The storm is rampant. There's no point in maintaining a defensive position. All right, we need to take initiative and act before the situation escalates.
Oh, and now we unlocked Milliastra Wonderland. Already. I'm a little surprised by that. Okay, so we did just unlock Wishing. And before we end the stream, I will go over Wishing real quick. There are some people who, at this point, you know, we've been playing for 45 minutes. They will wish for the characters, and if they don't get lucky, or they don't get who they want, they will restart their account. They'll reset their account, essentially. So, There's normally 4 banners. There are 2 character event wishes. There is a weapon event wish. And then there is our standard wish banner. The character event wishes and the weapon event wishes use a different kind of wish than the standard banner does. You can notice the different colors. If I go in the shop, intertwined fates look more rainbowy, and those are the ones that are for the featured characters. These only blue acquainted fates, these are what's used on the standard banner. Now when you start the game out, there is a 5th banner that is available only for 20 pulls, so that's 2 10 pulls. And this is the beginner's wish banner. You are guaranteed to get Noel when you do your first set of 10 pulls. And they want you to do 10 pulls because you'll notice in the bottom that 10 pulls are discounted. You get 10 for only 8 wish tokens. So I'm going to do this and get Noel. There's also a possibility I could get another character or a weapon. But let's cross our fingers and see what we get. There's
My name is
Noelle.
Noelle.
She was guaranteed. Alright, not the luckiest, but that's alright. I don't have another 5 standard tokens yet, unless they give them to me. No, they don't give them to you quite yet. So I am going to... She automatically got put on my team. I'll give her one of the new weapons that I just got. I'm going to give her the debate club.
Time. Outrider Amber, raring to go.
Okay, it looks like it wants me to go to Milliaster Wonderland. I'm not going to do that right now, but I do want to get rid of that prompt.
Imagine, if you can believe it, a whole other world.
I guess we'll just have to watch this cutscene briefly.
universe. In that world, people found supreme bliss in what can best be described as lucid dreams. Reality became blurred, or rather, redefined. But outside of their flawless reality, the problems of the material world remained. And in the end, the cold, hard truths of the real world caught up to them in the reality to which they had escaped. Deep in the dark ruins, another soul who was fleeing destruction discovered the final remains of this world. These 2 terminals were once a means for the dreamers to manage the outside world. Now, they form part of the mage's collection. The mage once tried to form a world from things she had gleaned in her eclectic experience. But as the calm observer, she never found that spark of inspiration to bring everything together. Before fate caught up to the wandering mage, she paid one more visit to her wise and learned friends. She learned much during their time together, and although she did not find the answer, her loneliness faded away in time. But as she and her friends crafted other wondrous worlds together, she finally realized the missing piece in the world she dreamed of creating. A vibrant, captivating protagonist. The glorious traveler and their impeccable companion were the perfect candidates. She was filled with hope. The lucid dream of a lost civilization was built anew, and the mage's vast collection now had a world to call home. After sojourning for so long, it was time for her to leave lest the destruction catch up with her. And in any case, a new story had now begun.
Okay. You eventually get both mannequins, so this really does not matter. Since we're briefly here, I will discuss your mannequin can be used in your open world, which can be really handy. But you'll be level capped up to a certain point until you get your Milliastra Wonderland up to level 10. But if you want a quick way to do that, you can go search in the All Wonderlands and just search for like XP, and you can do some of these really easy XP lands to be able to get XP and raise your level really quickly. There is a weekly level cap though, so be mindful of that. You won't be able to do it all in one go. But you try to do the ones with achievements because that gives you more XP. You were already Wonderland level 2. So that's just an easy early tip if you are wanting an extra character to use in your open world. Once you go here to go back, you can go back to the map and go back to Mondstadt.
From now on, the adventures will probably get more and more dangerous. We should make sure we're prepared.
Now, if you get off track from your what you're supposed to be doing, you can go to your quest log, and that has your Archon quests, your world quests, side quests, all that right here. Easy to find. You'll notice that even just starting that, my mannequin is already level 20. So, it's not the most helpful thing. I don't think that her attack is like that noticeably different. It's pretty similar to the Traveler, honestly. And he's only level 5 at the moment. I guess if I gave her a better weapon... Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent chunk for early game. If I was gonna go kill an enemy... Yeah, not bad. Those little thorns can be set on fire to get rid of them.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Another early pro tip is for iron chunks. A lot of people just come up and try and hit them. If you're using a bow or a catalyst user, you won't be able to do damage. These iron chunks are pretty easy with a sword, but not all chunks are the same. So if you want an easier way, if you get above it, you can plunge attack. Or right now we have Noelle in the party, and Noelle will pretty much any claymore user will just instantly
Someone needs assistance.
be able to break the rocks. Claymore users are the best at breaking rocks, so here we'll break this rock and you can see should be one hit. So there you have it. Okay, Mannequin putting in work in the early game.
Oh?
Okay, so this is an animoculi.
Oh, it's one of
You'll
those
notice that we saw it on our map with a little star.
Let's head back to the statue of the Seven at... Well, you should come with me. Paimon will tell you about the rest later.
Here's another animoculi. Or Animoculus, I guess. Whenever you go to a new statue of the Seven,
It's a
it
statue of the Seven.
unlocks a new part of the map.
Let's make an offering and see if the gods respond.
And now I can worship the statue and offer the Animoculus. So you'll notice that when you level it up, you're going to get an increase in your stamina. So that is the way to get more stamina in the game, is offering these things to statues of the Seven. And the earlier you can try to do that, the better. I do see a star on my mini-map, so I'm going to go find this one up in the tree.
They can be fitted into the statue's eyes. Some stories say the statue's eyes originally had gems that were taken by swallows, but animoculi never had a physical form from the start. People with visions collect them to offer to the statues as blessings. Unlike others with powers, you don't have a vision. But the rules of this world don't apply to you anyway, so keep offering animoculi and maybe you'll receive more blessings.
Just like that, we already have 14 more stamina than we did before. Okay, it's been an hour, so I'm going to save Amber's Temple of the Falcon for our next stream. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please let me know. Leave a comment, and I will see you guys for the next iteration of learning Genshin as a free-to-play player. Alright, take care. Bye.